Welcome to
Back to Flour.
Good morning, Arno.
Good morning, Lena. How are you doing?
I'm great. What about you?
Wonderful.
So, what are we going to speak about today?
Crispness.
Whoa.
You like crispy thing?
I do.
I do like crispy things. So here we have some different type of products. Some we could say they are crispy, other one are not. This one is not, it's very soft, that's what we want. But for instance, this nice croissant,
oh yeah,
it has some crispiness, you know,
and you
here.
can see it right
Oh, that's wonderful.
That's
I like
beautiful.
it. I like when it's breaking like that. That's what I'm expecting from my croissant. The same thing if you're taking a wafer, you want the wafer to be crispy like
yes.
that, to break like that. You don't want to have something soft. We have the same thing with the cracker. We can have the same thing with the biscuit.
With pizza even.
So that's a very important thing, because then after, when you are going to eat the product, also you will have the crispness coming in, crunchy, crunchy, crunchy. So you like it. It has also something impacting. It is something impacting also the flavor.
Yeah.
If you have something more crispy, like you have a French baguette, you take the same one, crispy, not crispy. The crispy one will have a stronger flavor. So that's really something impacting how the customer is going to enjoy your product. So you as a baker, you should have a way of controlling this crispness. How can we do that?
Well, it's actually more complicated than it seems, because there is a lot of factors that can impact the crispness. Of course, you have the process. Good crispness comes from a controlled fermentation, controlled baking. But it is also relying on the quality and quantity of ingredients that you're using.
Okay.
Yeah, and one of the main ingredients that we have in those crispy products is flour.
Flour, wheat flour.
So, yeah, what's in wheat flour controls or impacts the crispness?
Good question. What is that?
So the most important characteristic here when it comes to flour would be the starch gelatinization, properties of the starch. That's interesting because we focus a lot on protein, and here protein will be important, of course, but also the starch functionality, and especially the gelatinization of the starch during baking will impact this crispy aspect.
Which is also something very interesting, because you're mentioning the starch gelatinization. I totally agree on that. But you said the starch gelatinization during baking.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because depending on the type of product you are going to do, the dough and the amount of water in the dough is very different. I mean, if you're making a baguette, or if you're making a wafer, or if you're making a cracker, it's all different.
It's a batter, sometimes it's a dough, sometimes
starch gelatinization will be different in different conditions, and that's interesting to know how starch is reacting in the same type of conditions.
That's right.
So starch gelatinization is also impacted by starch damage?
Absolutely. Starch damage absorbs a lot of water.
Exactly. So then in that case, that will impact the thickness of the gel, and finally that will impact the crispness of the product. So that's something very, very, very interesting. Tell me.
No, I was just going to say that, this is great to have a crispy product just out of the oven, but we want to keep this crispness for as long as possible.
That's correct.
So here there is another aspect of starch functionality that is going to be key, is the retrogradation, the intensity of retrogradation. So we don't want to have a fast retrogradation if we want to keep the crispness for as long as possible.
Okay, and also, so we are speaking a lot about starch, but protein is still, of course, important. I mean, if you want to have this type of product with the puffing developed, or if you want to have a bread like that, you need to have a certain quantity, but more importantly, quality of protein. If you are making a wafer, it's better to have less, because you don't want to have the lumps. So the balance, there is no one type of flour or some parameters you can say, okay, if I have this parameter, I'm going to make the right product. It's a combination of different things, and as you say, starch plays a very important role.
It's more complicated than it looks.
Yeah, but we can find solutions.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lena.
Thank you, Arno. If you want to learn more about this important characteristic or about one of these delicious products here, you can visit our website.